I'm Eve Muirhead. I am from the sport of curling, now retired. I've competed at 4 Olympic Games and won a bronze medal in Sochi 2014 and then recently won the gold medal in Beijing 2022. My sporting career it's actually been very varied, if I'm honest. I play a lot of golf, but now I just play that socially. But I also am a full-time curler, or was a full-time curler. From about the age of 9, I think I started. I remember my dad taking me along and having a shot on the ice. And then I eventually got into your kind of regional academies and then national academies, and you're selected for all these bigger events and bigger teams. I am very lucky. I have several medals to my name, and it's something that I'm very, very proud of. But now it's all time for new challenges, and I think when you are that kind of driven athlete, it's very hard to not have a goal or have a challenge, and that's something that I'm very passionate about. So I decided when I finished curling that I needed something to do. I needed something to move towards and drive towards. So I'm in the London Marathon in April, and I'm really looking forward to it actually. It's a challenge for me, but it's a challenge that I've kind of accepted and taken on board, and yeah, hopefully good things to come. Just heading down to OTE to meet the guys and collect a bit of product. So I think any athlete will tell you how important fueling is around training, and I'm very lucky to be working with OTE, and the gels they have, the bars they have really helped me for my training. I'm still figuring out the best timing, but I think that's something that as you build up your longer runs, you kind of experiment a little bit, like what's the best time to have these gels? When do you move on to have like the super gels when you're running? But I think it's also important when it comes to training that you do fuel yourself before you run, and that's just making sure, I guess, having a big breakfast, carb load before these big runs, and making sure and getting your fuel in after for recovery as well. So I've been to OTE this morning, got some products, headed for some breakfast, and yeah, getting ready for my lunch. Fueling up for the big run this afternoon, 15k, so I'll be glad when it's over, but I'm looking forward to it actually, it'll be good fun. Over the past few weeks I've learned more about myself probably, because when you're running you have so much time, don't you? So much time to think, and you learn a lot about yourself, but I think as well I've also learned that entering a marathon in April isn't the best idea when it comes to training in decent weather conditions. Living up in Scotland, there's been quite a few treadmill sessions because the snow, the ice, you just can't train outside. So I'm learning a lot, but also learning a lot about other sports. It's very different to what I used to do, but to become a good runner, it takes a lot of discipline and a lot of time. Cram is my coach for the marathon. Steve does all the curling commentary at the Olympics, and I've known Steve for many years, from commentating first off in Vancouver when I was just 19 years old, and he's someone that I always keep in touch with. I go and play his celeb golf days. There's been a few running show events for his training camps that I've been part of as well. So I'm very lucky to have someone like Steve to do my programme. And every 10 days he sends over the next 10-day block, and you kind of look at it and like, oh God, when's the long runs and things like that. But he keeps it fun, and I think that's the most important. A lot of interval training, not all about long runs and building up. It's about kind of getting that time on your feet, isn't it? So it's great to be able to have a bit of a structure behind my training. I've actually got my top that I'm running the marathon in. Some of the Doddy tartan on it. So I've decided I'm going to do it for My Name's Doddy Foundation. We obviously lost the big man this year, and I'm very passionate to get that cure for motor neuronus disease. So I'll be delighted to have them on my back and to raise money for them, and it'll be for a very special cause. If I'm perfectly honest, I have no running background, and when I was an athlete, I trained very hard, but my training probably consisted more of strength training. I did a lot of kind of CrossFit type training, a lot of intervals, but I didn't really run that often. The only time I probably would run is maybe if I was up home at my parents' at Christmas, or I was somewhere where there was no gym, which was probably very rare. So I maybe ran a handful of times a year, if that. So no, I don't really have any history in running. So it is all new to me. And it is that challenge that I'm loving. There has been times that I'm like, I don't want to do it. I've got blisters on my foot. I've got a toenail that looks like it's about to fall off. But I'm that kind of driven person. I never ever give up on anything. And anything I do, I want to be the best that I can at it. It's 9.5 weeks until the big day, so yeah, time's running out, and yeah, every time I get a new programme I look at it and it's like getting closer and closer, but I'm sure the weeks will go very quick from now on in. We're already in February, so it's not long.